Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali. It's a Wednesday, guys. It is a Wednesday. Benjamin Zulu is in the building looking gorgeous as ever. Karibu. Tuko almost.
You're wearing the right colors.
Nakwambia.
You're assisting the brother to be in the right mood.
You know what? It's always lovely to have you in the studio. Today we're talking about a bay allowance, girlfriend allowance. This is not married people. This is mimi ni girlfriend yako na kila mwisho wa mwezi ninapata ka stipend. Is it something? Let me just say, acha niweke tu hapo kabla tuendelee. Mimi sijawahi pewa stipend.
First of all, as a woman,
yes,
if you cannot pay for your own lifestyle, you're not ready for dating. You can't pay your bills monthly without anybody assisting you. If you cannot work with your parents or whoever, if you cannot organize your life, move to a smaller, expensive house, organize your lifestyle to stand on your own 2 feet, you have no business dating.
I thought that was like the man thing, you know, men, ama tunakeleanga tu wanaume sana tukiwaambia wewe ndio ufai kudate because probably the woman is expecting the man to...
If the man gives you money, he has put you under obligation. You're on the receiving end. Now you have no freedom to correct him or set standards or expect him to do some things. You have no power because you are being given. Even if you wanted to walk away, he has invested in you, you're on duty. You're on duty to stay. And you'll end up swallowing a lot of bullshit. Never accept money before you become a union, because in between, before marriage, there's nothing else that is supposed to be. Don't date to pass time. Don't date to wait until you are ready or he's ready.
Because the same unapatiwaka ka stipend to make a couple of years before.
Yes. What are we doing here? Either of you is not ready.
Okay.
There's one girl who told me she does a funny trade, that she does hookups. She's a university student, she's hooking up girls with sponsors.
It's a job.
Can you imagine? Side hustle.
What?
And I can make 20K, you know, I can make 20 G's a month.
Natoa wapi hawa mabudesco?
Both of them, they pay. So
me as the girl, I pay,
and also
the budesco pays. The end. It's the end.
It's the pre-25 business.
What?
And I told her, I want to stop a conversation because I'd like to know what makes girls think that's a thing. Okay. Because don't you think about your health? Don't you think about your conscience? Because Mikali is something. A man who is giving you money, you must be giving him something.
That's true.
He cannot just be giving you money. You must find a way to reciprocate. And most of these girls who are being given stipend are financially in a they're not okay. It's okay when you're starting out in life. We don't expect you to be wealthy, Mikali. No. I want to clarify this.
Please.
I don't expect you just left campus and now you have more money flowing and you have a car. No, most of the guys you are dating are ahead of you. And I want to alert you about this, Mikali. Had you married just 1 year after you finish your degree, most likely the guy you'd married that time, by now you are miles ahead of him. By now.
That's true.
Look back at all the guys who wanted you and who you almost gave a chance.
Now I honor.
Today and where they are.
That's true.
Which is barely 10 years thereabout after. Now, those days they could have given you a stipend. Those days they were in a position to give you money. They were ahead of you. They were driving, they were already in job, they were 5 years ahead of you. And then you look like a young girl. You look like a bunch of girls who just left campus. So the problem of receiving money is because you are being put in a place you don't belong. He looks wealthier, while in fact you're moving faster than him. In a few years, you're the one to give him a stipend. Most men can't stand that change. That's why they become toxic and violent. You allowed him to come into your life when you were on the receiving end, and then because you are moving faster than him. Remember, just because you are ahead and I'm behind does not mean you will stay ahead. Some of you girls move faster. You are so focused, you're moving, your energy is so high, you want so much, your hunger for success, you're restless, you're so keen, focused, disciplined. Himself is ahead, but he's slow, he's relaxed.
Because
he's relaxed. So when he's sending you the stipends, he might think now you'll always have that power. But within a few years, where is Mikali now? She has worked her way with a touch of madness until she's all over now. She doesn't need the stipends. Now she wants the real things that she could not check that time because she was blinded by the... What are the real things? Honesty, constant communication, care, friendship, talking, vision, depth, laughter, fun. These are the things a woman needs.
Then there will be an argument. Kidogo too. Let me just throw in like a kidogo in the fireworks. The kijana anasema, you need to look beautiful for me. I like you. I'll be taking care of your hair and your nails and your dressing. So every month for you to take care of all of that, shikaka 100,000. Hallelujah.
After you look beautiful for him, what next?
Si sasa si ana make sure na ku maintain.
What you
Flips
maintain
hair.
him, you also maintain him.
Yes.
Mwikali, there's nothing free in this world. Forget it. When people make you beautiful, you must also be available to them, sexually and otherwise.
Yes.
It is not for free. Now, what is happening when he's giving you money, you guys are having sex? There's a lot of emotional bonding, and women bond more than the men. In most cases, the woman who gets fully in. And when she's heartbroken, some are not heartbroken. They are body shattered. Their soul is twisted. Their spirit is quenched.
Yeah.
They are in tatters. Not just the heart, everything in her. It's a different thing when a person is broken a heart. But most women, it's their concept of love and life that gets shattered.
Oh.
That's the disaster with the pre-25 dating. They also leave campus and start dating. They get fully engulfed. When reality, the ugly reality dawns and he is not even serious with you, he's flirting, you lose faith with love and life. That's how women come to 38, never having dated since 26. The 26 year, when they broke up, 26 after dating for 5 years. You get 21 to 26, heartbreak, a shattering heartbreak. Maybe a baby then. She went to school to college. She went to study. She went to work. Now she's a CEO at 38 and still skeptical about love, about men, but she's still needed for companionship, but she's confused. When she remembers the trauma, that's the group I'm dealing with. They're coming back after those years of sabbatical leave and the fear.
Yes.
And so it's not that he's giving you sustenance. Mwikali, adjust your lifestyle to pay, even if you are going to use Vaseline or 50 bob. Thank you. I enjoy it when I meet girls who cut their hair and they make it stylish when it's short to make sure it is within their budget. I feel good when I meet girls who are doing simple things, but you can see her restlessness. The women who fall prey for men who have money are the lazy ones, looking for shortcuts. Those who are not driven, don't value their dreams. They want an easy life, easy calm. And I want to ask them, how many other women are as beautiful as you, as pretty as you, and they will give you competition? What will be your bargaining point? Mwikali, there's vanity in me being attracted to how you look only. Soon we'll be past that. Can we now talk deeper things?
Yeah.
What are you about? Would you want more about your life? What keeps you awake at night? What makes you come alive? Those things, if you ignore them, they'll come to haunt you. Because later on you realize you can't keep your body as petite and young. Years are going.
Yes.
When you're pregnant, you don't worry about your shape.
No, you don't.
And after babies come, you're forced to divide your attention to them. When responsibilities come. So receiving money sustenance type, it's a wrong arrangement. It denies you the freedom to see the wrong things in him and leave him.
And that's true, because you're also controlled in a way.
Yes.
Now, there are men who go the extra mile.
Yes.
They don't even give you just money. You're straight from school. You're living with your parents. They don't have access to you. So what do, Zulu? They rent a house for you.
And you cooperate.
And you agree. Apo anapata
You
access.
are finished. You are in his territory now. You are in his control now.
Done.
You're in his power now.
Yes.
He can give you a car. And some of them are doing very wicked business. They give you a car and they give you insurance cover. But then they want some more money from you. There are guys who cause accidents to kill you and he gets compensated.
Jesus.
He spent 5M on you or 10M to get house, to give you the life you wanted. But the insurance is 50M. At the end, he makes more money. You are the cash cow. You thought you got a cash cow, you become the cash cow.
Oh my goodness.
It happens.
The ultimate sacrifice.
It happens in this world. Desire, when you look for shortcuts, you'll be cut short. Can we announce this to women?
Tafadhali.
When you look for shortcuts, you'll be cut short. If fish can keep its mouth shut, it will never become food. But it thinks there is free food at the end of the hook. It opens its mouth, ends up becoming the food itself. That's what I'm seeing lazy girls looking for. There's no shortcut, there's no way. And another thing I keep asking these girls, because he's funding you, you can't force him to use condoms. You can't force him to take care.
You can't force him to do anything. Actually, even people who come to visit you will be a problem.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who.
You
It
can't
could
even
be
talk
your
to
mother.
men. You can't talk to brothers. You can't talk to. You can't network.
You're forced into exclusivity.
Mwikali, that being given money, you are selling your soul. I always tell women you are giving more than you're being given. When you look far in the end, another thing is your reputation. People have known umewekwa.
That's the term.
The name
That's
becomes that you are kept by a man.
Yes.
And your reputation takes a hit. When now another guy wants to hit on you years later, when you have moved on, they don't, hey, that one, sponsor. Did you know? He had a sponsor being kept by this one. And then women are haunted by those mistakes for so long.
It's true.
Don't look for shortcuts. Don't be given money. Adjust your lifestyle to the small money you can afford. But we are not saying you date a man who is stingy.
No.
Because the other extreme is a person stingy. We are saying your bills should be your responsibility. Sometimes when you're stuck and I learn we are in a relationship and I can throw you a stipend, but it's not out of
Yeah.
obligation, you expect something back. You want a person who shows generosity and responsibility.
Yeah.
Because finally you want him to spoil you, take responsibility. Because there will be seasons, there are time after your wife gets a child, the most prudent thing is for her to stop everything and come back to come home. The child is our job now. Some children are delicate.
Yeah.
They need the mother 24/7.
Yes.
You cannot always be working. You must be bringing money. The family is also work. I told women you always have a full-time career at home.
Yeah.
To make sure people are eating, to make sure the house is clean, to make sure dishes are washed, make sure people are warm. And they are looking at you, all of them. The mother, the father, the children. Mom, where's my dad? I can't see my son. Where's my dad? All of them, they're asking mom as if she's a custodian.
She becomes even a doctor.
Yes. She knows all you are too hot to take this one.
And we made fun of our mothers when we knew they had answers to everything.
You know.
Kula aloe vera itasaidia.
Imagine. na kwa kweli inasaidia.
Inasaidia.
You managed to sleep.
Yeah.
Mom could tell ulikoa sana usiku. And you did not hear it.
No, you didn't.
But you know you were restless.
Yes.
What was happening? Oh, let's go see the doctor. Doctor said you have mild malaria. Mom diagnosed, got you cured before you even realized it. You now are becoming the mother. So do not marry a man who can't carry the weight when you are carrying the weight of the home. Because if a child, and many times children are delicate, sometimes they are going through phases. Even if it's a lucrative job, you may have to put it aside for the life of the child. Because a child will be young for only a few years. The job, you can always find another one. As long as you're a competent person, you can always get another. So you want a man, I am ready to lift the weight for us to take care of the kid. Because the kid has only a few years of delicate care. Yes. And if you mess up, you can actually lose the child. Or their life can be affected permanently. And you know, I've met many women who told me, had I left this kid in the house helps, I would never have noticed that she had a condition.
That's true.
Some conditions need the observing eye of the mother. Even the doctor is not living here. It's the mother who can say occasionally the child gets I can see there's almost a seizure, mild one. They describe and the doctor says, that's a seizure. Yeah, I go, doctor. Mothers Google, they ask another, they ask each other. So I encourage very strongly that, in fact, the first few, those 3 or 4 or some months, don't double deal. When the baby arrives, stay there with them.
Okay.
Observe them fully. Some conditions, if they are traced early, they are managed.
Yes.
But if you are always, you have to work, you are here, then you're using ourselves, people are not that learned, you can miss out on a crucial detail. About the development of your child. They give 3 months of maternity leave, and that is normal if your child is evolving normally. You can adjust your work to always be available, to always be. Companies are adjusting. They're giving places where mothers can attend their babies in the rooms. They're providing. Companies are evolving. You don't always have to quit, but you're saying prioritize. Make sure the man you're with can lift the other weight. If you need to check out fast, and go attend. So how will you make those balancing if you sit there and be given money from the ongoing and then it blasts? We say an empty stomach is not a good political advisor.
No, it's not.
You cannot evaluate me objectively if you are depending on me for money. Don't sit in the house, Mikali. Step down your life. Even if you go home you shall go to your mother. Go there. Go plan your life from there.
That's true.
In fact, when you feel pressured financially, tell yourself, I'm not ready for dating then. My judgment is off.
Yeah.
Can I find balance? Can I stand on my 2 feet first? Can I clear the path of my career? Can I know where I'm going? Many of us graduate, and I told you 60% of university students in Kenya don't practice what they graduate with. So many of them need a period to find themselves. After they graduate, they graduate to become, but they are not going to commerce. No. They are graduated with journalism, but that's not them. It was chosen for them. It was imposed on them. They did not want that. So what I strongly encourage is, do not rush into a person who's giving you money, because I have reminded you, soon you'll be richer than him.
That is true. It also creates a certain pattern that we'll talk about later even. And we see this on Instagram. We are always envying, this girl who doesn't work. She's always traveling the world. You do not know where her money is coming from or what she has to do to get to do all these things, that the glitz and the glams that you see on social media, the patterns that are formed, and that they can never date even normally.
Exactly.
The first question is, what's your bank balance? What are you driving? What are you wearing? Those questions. But if you have any questions, if you are in a situation that you feel like you need help, please send in your questions, 111 444 111. The SMS will cost you just a shilling. Switch TV KE on Instagram, Switch TV Kenya on Facebook. We will be right back with Benjamin Zulu after this break. Welcome back to Full Circle with Mikali. We're talking about girlfriend allowance, otherwise known as bay allowance, and Benjamin Zulu is saying it's a no. you shouldn't be able to take it. It sort of like puts you in a situation where you are the slave to this person. Whatever they demand, expect of you, you have to give, because I mean, so you're also receiving something. What is for free? Kuna maswali zimeingia hapa ndani
and can I
Zulu.
mention,
Yes.
read one. I have seen a disastrous phenomenon where most of the girls who swallow this bait are the young and the stupid ones who cannot see their future. They even shortchange it before it becomes. I keep telling women that don't engage in anything before you're 25 because you don't know yourself. Because you don't. That's the biggest problem. He looks big now. He looks like he's driving kaka. He looks like he's, but within a short time, tables will have turned. Most women are more driven. All right?
Yes.
So and we're not saying men are slow every day, but I'm saying from the time she's young to the time in about 10 years, the evolution. Like you, Michael, it's not like, look at yourself. Look at the 23-year-old you versus you today.
I see her.
Thank you.
I do.
That's the thing.
That's the
I keep
truth.
telling women, wait, just give yourself time to clear a path for where you're going. Then you date with that in mind so that you see whether this one can go there.
Yes.
All right.
But you have to see it yourself.
Thank you.
Yes, you have to be able
but
to
when
see
you finish
that.
campus, all that is hidden behind the youthful exterior. You have no money, no title, no name. You're trying internship, asking for this, give me this. So every time you're, can you help me get? Can you help me get? So most of these men you meet is you look for those kind of assistances.
Yes.
And they look very helpful. And they help you. And it's foolish for a person who has helped you as a friend to reward them with marriage. That's a very big gift. You are selling your soul. I keep hearing it, Mikali. I'm not cooking it up.
Okay.
Especially, it's all sickening. This can be real. You know, you have helped me so much. Set up a business, find a job. I don't know, you have that dating. I shouldn't give him a chance. He helped you as a friend. Husband is a totally different thing.
That's true.
Appreciate him as a friend.
Yes.
All right?
Yes.
So the disaster I've seen is this. She starts dating him at 24. And then he says he's single. At that time when she's receiving money, she's also too stupid to know that he could be married. He could be having children as well. Some of these men act single over here. And they block their life from her. He's the one who comes where she is. Or they meet someone. So by now she's 28 with a child of his, now realizing he's already married.
Oh, goodness.
Has grown children.
Disaster.
And I'm asking, now she has crossed, she's 30. Oh, are you the yes? Years gone, youth gone. She's now have a baby, emotional attachment, all her life there, her reputation, everything. And I ask her, why did you sell so short? Because you were lazy, fearful. You didn't want to face the life on your own. You didn't want to start zero. You thought you can skip steps. You thought somebody can easily, boost you, boomerang you, to success. And you thought you'd bypass other girls. So I tell them, now, the thing with the girls is I tell them, compulsory, institute a compulsory period of 2 to 5 years after the time you graduate. Compulsory single period. For me, it was 5 years. 2011 to 2016. I said, I am not dating and I'm just studying theory about what women want, what marriage. Theory only, no practicals. By then, I evolved my career because I was studying like a lawyer. But I knew I'm not a lawyer. I'm supposed to go to the public sphere, not to the court. The court is too small for me. I wanted the whole world.
Yes.
I was feeling so restless.
Yes.
When you get these big grades, Mikali, we shall talk about that next time. But when these people get grade A's, they become a curse because anything is possible for you. You can do architecture, you can do this. A girl who got a C plus simply has 2 or 3 options and is less likely to get lost than these people who are sent to anything that their parents wanted because of the glory and the name. But your heart is ignored, and yet it is your heart that gives you staying power, success in any career. The head is a tool. It's the heart that is the engine. All right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to warn these girls that don't tie yourself up to anyone. When you are in early 20s, you are selling your soul. Even if they are buying your car, one day it will look like nothing compared to what you have exchanged it for.
My goodness.
Yes.
The truths you spew out here, by the way.
You see, I'm on the other end. I'm seeing where this amounts to.
Yes.
I'm not doing the body count. And I keep telling these people, when I tell pre-21st not to date, those who are taking advantage of them hate me because I'm educating the prey.
Them.
And the predator then can't get them. And I tell them, can't you see that stoning me because I'm saving you?
That's true.
And then they tell them, what do you lose by waiting until you're 28 at least? What do you lose? What do you lose? It's just patience and discipline. But the women you can't help because they also don't value their dreams. When they're not dating, they're bored. Oh, my life is so boring. I want somebody to talk to. Oh, my God.
I'm so lonely.
Exactly. Because the moment you start valuing your dream, the word boredom disappears from your vocabulary. Every time you have, you're studying for your craft. I wonder how many times, Mikali, today we see you here, but you've never told me. But I know how many times you did awkward things, talking to a phone as if it's a TV. I know you did those things. From the way you're laughing, you are guilty as charged. How many times did you present on a show in your sofa set? And the only thing
Oh
is
my
just a stove here,
God.
a gas here, and you sit here. Now you are the host. Today we are this, and there's no camera. It's Mwekali doing our weird things. And our girlfriends have gone out on raving for Fridays. She was left there doing awkward things. And she can't tell people what she's doing.
No.
She's imitating or probably or somebody there who's she's alone here in a small bed sitter. And she can't afford to anybody to see what she's doing. When there's a knock on the door, she clicks, hey, how are you? Then she goes back to her madness. You need to have that thing that the world can't understand.
Yeah.
And it's occupying you so much because you want it so bad. You can't shake it off. That is the thing you occupy your time with, not rave and dancing and partying.
And hooking up with this quote unquote richer men now.
Very soon their wealth will look like filth. It will even disgust you. After you get some money, you start valuing the things that matter in life.
That's true.
Friendship, conversation, emotional connection, attentiveness, how much we trust each other, how we flow. Those are the things that are sustainable in life.
Uko na maukweli. Siku moja ndo wapigia story. One day, I'm 27 years old, which means I am good according to Benjamin's standards of dating. Hello.
Thank you. That's good. That's a good student.
Very good student. I met a guy recently who is 36 years old. I'm working, but he says that he wants to take care of me as his future wife. He gets me gifts and he wants to, woo, I can see your eyes from here, Zulu. And he wants to pay for my schooling past my degree. He says it's for the benefit of our future family.
He should pay after you marry. Can you stop talking as if he will pay before you marry? He's putting you on obligation and blinding your judgment. What if he has a dangerous character flaw, but he has already paid your fees? Can you say no to him when he has already invested? Keep him off. He will do those. Thank you for being so eager, brother.
Yes.
But when we hire you, that's when you will perform the duty of the higher person. Right now, it's interview. Hold your horses. After we give you the title, you start now issuing the orders. For now, just prepare and watch from far and be eager. But when you pass the interview, that's when you perform according to the position.
And it takes the woman to be able to say no.
Exactly.
Because being told you'll be taken to school is something probably you want. And you're not able to do it at that point. But you need to be able to trust in his, atakuwa na mambo mazuri na kutakia.
You need to be able to follow process. Don't skip any stage.
Yes.
Being taken to school is good. But what if you come to realize later, after you engage so much, committed so much, gotten so much in, remember whenever you are receiving, you must give something back. Remember
That's true.
that.
She also says that they're dating for marriage and sex is out of the picture. She's a strict Christian. And the question was, should she stop the gifts?
Gifts are, if you give me a gift and when we are dating, you also want to see whether you're generous.
Yeah.
Don't stop them.
So it's okay.
But when you begin to see expectations,
Yes.
when you begin to see, but I gave you this, how come you're not coming to my house?
Si nilikusomesha unafaa unioe.
Exactly.
Nioe
So,
basi.
those things like paying school fees, paying rent, that's your responsibility. Don't allow anybody to step you up to a house you can't afford. Stay on a level you can afford on your own because this is interfield. Don't give them, after you marry, you can now build things together.
Okay.
Exactly.
Hi. Hello, Benja na Mwikash.
Hey.
With money and love, I thought the daily love things were more than just date 14 only. But since I preferred clearing my school fees over Valentine's, this is the guy. I remember, Ameniacha. So he'd written, I don't know if you were here, and akasema ati anataka kulipa school fees na kuna gifts za Valentine's na amekataa kununua gifts za Valentine's akamaliza school fees yake. So anasema hapa ana follow up anatuambia aliachwa. Zulu explained, this is the second time at first I prioritized to buy some sacks of maize during in plenty so that I will sell when the coast shoots, but akasema she's so important than my business, but I normally share my budget, but asemi atakacho hata biz ataki sasa ameniacha.
Let me tell you, my brother, trash has taken itself out.
Ooh,
Be happy.
snap.
This woman needed to leave. Problem has solved itself. Don't run after it.
Don't.
Exactly. My brother, be happy.
Okay.
In fact, I want you to be using that test in future. Right now, he was doing it because of necessity. His money was small.
Yes.
Next time you have more money, conduct the same test to see who you're dealing with. Pretend that you don't have enough money to take us for holiday because there's another need here that involves development. So we'll do something scale. But I'm not saying you ignore Valentine's. Just do it on a smaller scale to show attentiveness, to show love, to show concern. You still need to give your man attention. It is about how much money is available. Use what is there, but always do something. Never ignore important days. Memorize the Valentine's. February, Valentine's Day. March, International Women's Day. If your woman is born in April, memorize Tomorrow is the anniversary. Her birthday. Of those, we are not allowed to forget that as men.
Not
Those are your
allowed.
memory verses. Those are your memory verses as men. Instead of putting business cards in your wallet, put reminders to tell you
Usisahau your birthday, tafadhali.
They give you free bonga points.
Yes.
It's for your
Yes.
good.
Yes.
You will need one day a lot of bonga points to buy to withdraw something with it to get a favor. Yeah.
Wait, please listen, usisahau birthday na Valentine's. Very important. Haya, kuna maswali hapa. Hi Mwikali, I'm Ruth. I hit 25 years in December. Kindly ask Benjamin whether it's okay to feel not to be in a relationship and feel more geared towards my career, building. I'm the type that feels insecure. I don't have my own money. Is it okay, or do I need to do something about it?
No, it's very okay.
Yeah.
You're very normal, please. Again, we can remind people that 25 is not magical. We say
No.
natural development usually uses estimates.
Yes.
So even if you clock 25 and you don't feel ready, don't rush it.
Don't.
Go on, first prepare so that when you come with full energy. When you date, you're dating, you feel like you are ready to give yourself. Mikali, giving yourself emotionally and mentally to a relationship is a lot of work.
It is.
It means it's a person constantly on your mind. Even when you're doing other things. The person you love is always at the back of your mind. This is the reality. You can't forget them. And that person has an ability to put you off by simply doing nothing. They just fail to call and you're disoriented.
Angry.
Exactly.
And at everything.
Exactly. This is it's an immense decision, my sister. Take your time first.
Please do.
Because if it comes and you're already feeling disturbed by your lack of money, you start transferring those irritabilities and other things to the relationship and you destroy it.
Kuna mtu anasema, hi Mwikali, enjoying the show from Nyandarua County. I have a question. I have a boyfriend who is not my baby daddy. But unless I call him, he cannot call back. And again, whenever he ends any conversation, he says he loves me. What do I do, please?
Obey actions. Stop being confused by those words of I love you. Anybody can say that. Even a computer can be programmed to say I love you. If a person is not calling, you are the one who calls. Stop calling and the whole reality will dawn.
Yes.
You are afraid of being alone.
Yeah.
And I want these women who keep talking about baby daddy. Listen, if you got a child and it disoriented your life, don't risk a second mistake.
Don't.
Organize your life first. Be at a place where you are saying, if I find a lover soon, we'll be able, but if I don't, this child has a future.
Yes.
After you get a child, your mind should first of all click to the future of this child. The school fees, the demands, the diapers, the constant. Children need money constantly. Until they start working on their own. That could be about 25 years to come.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you this woman, stop again joking with the dysfunctional, inconsistent people.
Allah.
A person who doesn't call you Mikali is dysfunctional. Let me tell you, maturity about men, for men to qualify to be with a woman is that he keeps checking on her, on himself. A man who can forget you for a day or two. What if during those 2 days you collapsed and died, got an accident, you're in ICU?
He doesn't even know if you died.
Exactly. A person who can go for hours and hours without knowing about you, they don't care. They don't. What if something happened to you during that time? What if you are stressed and you're crying? And I told the men, one problem of having a beautiful woman is you have to deal with hyenas. Hyenas always have to have in the workplace, wherever. So she always having to fight those kind of fights. She needs to work with, you can't live alone in this world. You must have always people working, but they're also troubling you, trying to seduce you. You must comfort your woman and give her ideas on how to navigate. If you ignore her, how is she dealing those stresses with? This man is not available for you. Communication is the simplest test. I wonder why women keep failing it. A man who can't call you consistently, check on you, keep you in touch, keep checking on you. If you don't feel taken care of, protected, if you don't feel like you have a friend whom you can always reach out to, you are alone. Stop calling.
Yameni. We have an interesting one here, Zulu. Hi, Mwikali and Mr. Zulu. I am 33 years and got in a relationship with a man after he met me sick and paid my hospital bills, and after a while nikajua he's married. Nimejaribu kumwambia tuachane, amekataa.
You're asking Pharaoh for permission to leave. What is this stupidity? You are 33. Can you act your age for once? You're acting Pharaoh for permission to leave. Who is benefiting here? He's the one who's married. You're the one who's not married. He's the one benefiting from the situation. You decide what is good for you. Let us repeat this. When somebody pays your bills when you're in a hospital, please be very thankful. You can't deny such assistance when you're stuck.
No, you can't.
But please, they are only a friend, a good Samaritan.
And that is what you should take them. Yes.
You want to reward them with sex, go ahead. Shauri yako. And Mwikali told people, those people can have sex without putting any emotions into it.
Yes.
Something is dead in you. You always need to let people, thank you very much for your assistance, but you insist on your principles. As for matters like sex, I decided I'll only have sex after I get married. So thank you so much for your assistance. May God bless you. That way. Don't exchange your soul for an assistance. And again, Mekali, I want to ask people to have a real God, not to wait for people to become God in their lives.
That's true.
When you're stuck in a situation, ask God to send a helper. Not an expensive helper who comes to help you at the cost of your soul. That's what musicians do. The musicians go to Illuminati to sell their soul to be given success. I'm wondering, you will succeed and get money, but where will you take it? You don't belong to yourself anymore. You sold yourself.
Yeah.
Don't sell yourself for assistance.
Don't
Trust
do
God.
it. She goes ahead to say that alikataa kuolewa na huo mtu. Anasema anataka kulipa dowry last month, akakataa kumpeleka kwao.
Exactly.
Good for you.
Be firm.
Be firm. Mukali, I have a question. Is it true that all men want something in return when they provide for you?
Yes.
I'm asking this.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So it is true, men will never help you for free?
No.
No.
No. Even if he works for Red Cross. Here he's not coming in the name of Red Cross. He's coming in his own name. Remember that. If you accept assistance, ask yourself, at what cost?
And are you willing to pay it?
Yes, thank you. And Mikalia told you, in this life, pay using money. Always pay so that you know it's only money you are paying. That's all.
That's it.
Thank you.
Is it to zingine za in kind?
Exactly. And that kind could be too expensive for you. Which kind is it?
Yeah.
Ensure you clarify what are the expectations.
Yes. So I tell them there is success without marriage because they can prosper without limitations and administration by someone. That is Maurice from Madi River.
Thank you, Maurice. And you can marry late and marry right. Because I was dating when I was around 33, 34, I was telling people I call myself a late crop. And I'm coming from behind. I've suffered delays, but they were necessary. I couldn't come here before I'm ready, just because time has arrived.
Yeah.
I told them my colleagues had married ahead of me. But nowadays, when I tell people my age, they think I'm too young for what I'm doing. I ended up catching up. They thought, oh man, you're ahead. Okay. I thought I'm delayed. I still was thinking like a late crop, running with a sense of urgency. I want to tell people, wait until you're ready. Prepare until you're ready. Marriage is not a milestone that if you delay, you are delayed, your development is hijacked. No. Marry right or don't marry.
Hello, Mwix. Please read my question today. Nakani kama tukusoma last week, lakini we're here today. I'm 26 years, was dating but broke up with a guy and almost immediately hooked up with another guy who was pressuring me so much for marriage, and he took me to his mom for introduction. Hii mambo likata. Because of the pressure, I went and rented a place of my own in a town near him, ndio akue akini visit. But later on, I moved back to my parents' house because I felt drained na the relationship. Should I leave him? And how can I do that politely? I am not in love with him.
Yes, you should leave. The question number 2, how can I hurt or live without hurting him? I keep hearing that question a lot from naive girls. Which other way to prick a boil without pricking it, Mwikali? I keep asking them. You must prick the boil. All you can do is minimize bleeding by putting it clearly and cautiously. So the best way to put it is not you I'm rejecting, it's the season of my life that is all. Although in reality it's him you can't stand. No point of telling him you are too impatient and stupid, I find you obnoxious.
You know?
No, don't say that. Say, after examining my life, I realized I was not ready for what I was trying. And although you're a very good guy, I'm actually sorry, but
it's not you, it's me.
I must release you. Exactly. Mwikali, whenever you put people down, make it polite.
That's true.
Make it polite, but very clear that you can't go and you're out. And don't negotiate. What do you think? Can we part for a while? Never negotiate with the Pharaoh. Many of these guys are the ones benefiting. You are healthy, you are happy, you have direction. Himself, yes, they can see you are driven. They want to latch on you so that you carry them. Some of these are very lazy people. They know you pay the bills. You're responsible. They can see you are being paid your bills at home. Be very careful when you tell people what you're doing, because they know you'll be doing that for your own family.
Yes.
The way you're doing for your family, where you come from, you'll be there. And they're looking for a girl like that so they can be carried. Many of them, they look grown. They are beards, but internally they are weak and manipulative. So yes, leave and communicate that clearly and tell him after examining your life, you can't do this anymore. It's unfortunate that you have another journey to do first. Yes.
You're feeling drained already.
Yes.
So it's fine. Hello, Mikali. My boyfriend of 4 years asked me to leave my job, which isn't so good, and move in with him as his wife. He wants to take care of me, and I know he can, but I'm in a dilemma because I'm used to funding myself. What do I do?
Everything in that life is wrong. Don't date for 4 years. It's not a degree.
Yes.
Number 2, don't leave your job because a man told you. Leave it because after you calculated, it's prudent. You're doing it to shift to something else. You're organizing your life. Not because somebody told you.
and that he can take care of you.
Can you imagine if somebody started dating Mwikali and told her to live here?
Me?
How many of us will suffer?
I beg.
So
Leave yourself.
The second thing, never move in with a boyfriend. Let it be a formal marriage. All right?
Yes.
So let these women know that you need to be very prudent. Women, this world can maul you, can put you on the defensive, can exploit you, can be hurt and tattered. It's your watchfulness that will save you.
That's true. Zulu, thank you for coming through.
Most welcome.
Ile number.
Benjamin Zulu KE 0701 299 333.
Okay. This has been amazing. I hope you got all your answers, your questions answered.